Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the rest of October. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right in. Cancer, October 20th to 31st. These might be your favorite 11 days of the month. And that is a big statement, considering you just had Venus, exile Jupiter in your sign. You just had the grand air trine. You had Mars accelerating your destiny with the nodal axis. And just to be honest and to be fair, that was all small fry compared to what you're about to experience. Yes, we're going into the grown-up pool here, okay? And I hope that you get strapped in. This is going to be big, okay? From this point forward, for the rest of the month, you know that Pluto's direct. We talked about that last week. 1 degree, okay? He's awake. You're feeling this immense transformation. Oh, you will. You're going to start feeling a lot of it now, okay? Remember, you, Cancer, because Pluto is in Aquarius that rules your 8th house of transformation and death and rebirth, regeneration, but also building wealth, right? And deepening relationships. This is a big deal for you because Jupiter is trine Saturn as well. All right. Yeah, that's also happening. And you know that's happening. It hasn't happened in over a decade. And again, Jupiter's in your sign, bringing you luck and good fortune, success, wisdom, stability with Saturn for your long-term goals and gains. And you're just building your empire. This is big. Really, really big. And don't forget, you've got the power couple, Venus and Mars, and their home signs. They're happy places. They're working overtime for you when it comes to love, when it comes to intimacy, when it comes to building your wealth, when it comes to fun and pleasure. Is it possible to have too much fun? You tell me, Cancer. You're the one who's got Mars and Mercury and Scorpio in your fun house, your 5th house, all right? The house of pleasure. So, wow. And then speaking of which, yeah, you got Mars and Mercury and Scorpio. So they've been broing down over the weekend. Yeah? You remember the conjunction that you're now going to feel like that fuel, making sure that you take action to receive and achieve everything that you set your mind to. And you will, because it's Mars and Mercury. It's Mars and Mercury in Scorpio. And while all of that is happening, yeah, that's a lot. Tuesday, October 21st. Here we are. The landmark Venus ruled new moon in Libra, 28 degrees. This is happening around 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's my time, New York City time. Convert that to wherever you live in the world. This is big. It's big. It's beautiful. Venus in her chariot, right? For this new moon that's enchanting and it's divine and it's so auspicious. And you are just going to see the beauty in everything now. All right. It's harmony. It's justice, a lot of clarity, but also new beginnings. It's a new moon. Please plant those seeds. Okay. When it comes to romance and love, I mean, it's Venus and Libra, partnerships, contracts, your pleasures, money, yeah? But also, it's in your 4th house, home, family, the foundations of your life. This is so moving for you. This, by the way, really is going to be the best 2 weeks of the year for you, to be honest. Like, I'm looking at what's going on, like, wow. So here's the thing, Cancer. A lot of y'all are moving. A lot of y'all are moving because you've met someone. You're moving in together. A lot of y'all are moving because you're found your dream home. A lot of y'all are beautifying your home. Yeah, if you're not moving. A lot of y'all are thinking about real estate, selling property, buying property. There's landlords in the mix. There's realtors in the mix. This is parents and grandparents, children. It's generations. This is all about your home and family and the foundations of your life. And there's something really special brewing here. All right. Because remember, the moon is forming a grand air trine. Yeah. With Uranus in Gemini and Pluto in Aquarius. And remember, Uranus is breakthroughs, especially of the mind, especially for you. That's your 12th house. That's a lot of intuitive energy. Yeah. And Uranus is also surprises and the unexpected. So what a wild and fun new moon, right? What a wild and fun new moon. This is, it's surprising proposals. Congratulations. There's just a lot happening. Maybe you do move in with someone. Maybe you do, I don't know, maybe your children do something very exciting for you this day, right? They buy you a mansion. There's so much that you can expect in the unexpected. But this is really amazing because Pluto, remember, is direct and unbound. He's a little wild and he's representing transformation, right? So you're seeking it, you're wanting it, you're willing it, especially because he's in your house of transformation and building your legacy. All right. So really special new moon. But what really turns up the notch, Mercury conjunct Mars. Remember, they're traveling together too for pretty much the rest of the month. Why is this a big deal? Well, they're in Scorpio, in your fifth house of pleasure, of romance, of love, happening at the same time as this new moon. Venus ruled new moon in Libra. That's all about love and relationships and marriage and all of that. It's your fifth house. So Mars and Mercury, again, in Scorpio. That's also creative projects. It's also procreation. A lot of y'all are having babies. Congratulations. It's also hobbies, recreation. It's fun. You're having a lot of fun, but it's about to get funner. Yeah? Because Mars and Mercury's now forming a grand water trine with Jupiter in your sign, Saturn in Pisces. You already know Jupiter's trine Saturn. There's a pyramid. There's your trine. This is amazing. Okay. So remember, it's for the rest of the month. October 24th to the 29th is when it really peaks, this grand water trine, where you feel it the strongest. It's in all the water signs. It's emotionally moving. And remember, it's Mars and Mercury in Scorpio. That's intense, deep passions, your determination, willpower, your endorphins, right? Amplified, because they're not only opening doors for you, they're kicking them down for you at this point. Okay. You're like, any of the queens in any of the queen movies, right? Where people open doors for you. All you got to do is walk. Now, the other thing is it's really optimistic, right? Everything that's happening for you, because remember, 2 weeks, right? The rest of the month. What else is happening? The new moon in Libra. So you're under the window, under the spell of the new moon in Libra, one of the best of 2025, which lasts for about 2 weeks. So, wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. No, but amazing. Please set intentions. Please plant seeds. You got a lot happening for you. And if you are a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising, your ascendant, or your moon, or for your husband, Ricky, or for your sister, or for your personal trainer, or for your coach in basketball, all the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, will feel the new moon in Libra the most. And I also really love it for the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Now, if you know your natal chart, your birth chart, if you got any planets 27 to 29 degrees in any of the air signs, you're going to feel it the most. Now, the grand water trine. Of course, it's going to be you. Of course, it's going to be Scorpio. And of course, it's going to be Pisces. But I also love it for the earth signs. Now, if you have any planets 24 to 26 degrees in any of the water signs, you're going to feel it the most. All right. And by the way, remember, all the modalities are activated. Everybody, every sign is going to feel all of this. Now, here's the catch, Cancer. Yes, there is a catch. And it's my job to give you the catches. Mercury is going to go retrograde in November. So that means Mercury, which has its pre-shadow, post-shadow period, will go into shadow this day as well. It's fine. He's dipping his toes in that retrograde. He wants to see his reflection. But to be honest, just letting you know, that's all it is. And let you know because Mercury's going retrograde in Sagittarius. But shadow, Scorpio. So there may be, just to let you know, for the next 2 weeks, maybe, perhaps, some former lovers show up in your DMs. All right? Now, but look, boom, boom, boom. Look how busy. Look how busy. Wednesday, the 22nd. Neptune moves back into Pisces. This is amazing. Neptune will be in Pisces until January 2026. Actually, my birthday, until January 28th, 2026. Mark it in your calendar. Actually, it is actually a big deal. My birthday, but also Neptune moving back into Pisces, because this will be the last time that we will experience Neptune in Pisces in our lifetime. Remember, it's a 164-year orbit, and Neptune rules Pisces. So Neptune has been in its domicile since 2011. You are going to feel nostalgic. You're going to feel that creative energy that Neptune and Pisces brings, that compassion, that intuitive, artsy, spiritual vibes. Yeah. She's now back with Saturn. They're both in Pisces. Remember, I said when we get to this point, it's going to be like deja vu. Yep. Beginning of the year. But it's not only going to feel nostalgic and like deja vu, there is some unfinished emotional work that you may be doing, especially with your ideals. Okay? Ninth house. Yeah. Pisces rules your ninth house. So not only your ideals, but your belief system, self-belief, your worldview. But there may be some travel that you're going to be doing, long distance, maybe connecting with people overseas, foreign peoples, for people, for lands, and also maybe some publishing, broadcasting. Yeah. It's creative energy. It's book publishing. Are you writing a book? Your North Node's in Pisces right now. The North Node's in Pisces. Might be your destiny. Starting a podcast, teaching, or going back to school as well. All right. There also may be some legal matters that you're finishing up. Yeah. Now, the other thing is, remember, Saturn and Neptune have been together since March 2023. So think about, since March 2023, what were the big life lessons that you've learned? Yeah. Saturn, life lessons. They're checking in one last time. This is it. So it's kind of like you already learned the bulk of what you had to learn, all with that ninth house activity, which is more about your belief system, self-belief, your philosophies. But again, like I said, maybe education, publishing, broadcasting, travel. Okay? They're here to turn your dreams into reality. And now Neptune, back into Pisces, joins the Grand Water Trine. Right around midnight, Thursday on October 23rd, you see the sun moving into Scorpio. Welcome to Scorpio season. Yeah. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy. You already have Mars and Mercury here. So now you have a stellium. A stellium is when you have 3 or more planets in a sign, okay? So that's Scorpio energy. 3 times the intense, deep passions that you're feeling with passions and pleasure. It's your 5th house. And also remember, Scorpio energy is not only transformation, even heightened intuition, but also that deep detective energy that, Velma, right? Scooby-Doo, digging for truths, yeah, within you, within circumstances. Big. You're applying all this energy toward partnerships, love, romance, true love, but also your legacy, right? It's Scorpio energy. It's investments, investing your time in relationships. Family and children is a big thing for you right now. Yeah. Especially these 2 weeks. That new moon in Libra. You rule the 4th. You know that, right? So that's why I'm saying this is big for you. This is a big time for you with home and family and love and transformation. It's deep, though. It's Scorpio energy. So this can be deeply emotional. This day, especially this day, it can be a we need to talk type of day. Why? One thing that I did not say in your monthly forecast is, sure, we have a stellium in Scorpio, the sun, Mars, and Mercury, but you guessed it, the moon in Scorpio this day as well. What are the chances? Now, if you're a subscriber, you know I talk about the moon in Scorpio every time the moon is in Scorpio every month. This is a big deal because the moon in Scorpio has its own intensity. And this is the moon. This is your ruler, Cancer. You're going to feel this. I really want you to pay attention because you have a triple conjunction with Mars, Mercury, and the moon in Scorpio, meaning the moon has joined the Grand Water Trine as well. And I want you to think of the grand water trine as like a train. There's going to be planets that hop on, hop off, like the moon, for a day or two. Now, what does this mean? Well, the moon, the subconscious, intuition, your feelings, your emotions, nurturing energy, yeah, home energy, nesting energy, but also it's your mind with Mercury. It's Mars. It's your mind. It's your heart. It's your desires. It's passion. All of that. Okay? Remember what I said last week, or I think it was 2 weeks ago. It's your passions, deep passion. So what are you willing to endure for what you desire? You're really going to feel it now. Home, family, relationships, your investments, inheritance as well. Yeah. And when I say investments, it can be money. Yeah. But it can also be investing your time and energy into a relationship or a partnership. Yeah. Family, children is a big thing. Mars is the strongest force as part of this triple conjunction. He leads the brigade. Let me remind you, Mars is the god warrior, and he's in a very emotionally intense sign. All right? Just be mindful. Okay? It can be a little bit gung-ho, shooting from the lips with Mercury here. So maybe a little dramatic as you enter Scorpio season. Can be a water well. And that can be tears of joy. It can be tears of like, when you see Ethan Hawke stand on the desk at the end of Dead Poet Society, like that, like tearjerker, like, oh my gosh, that was so emotionally moving, which is what you're supposed to feel with a grand water trine anyway. This is emotionally assertive, emotionally energetic as well, but it is Scorpio energy. So there can be some things that's illuminated. It is the moon. There can be some things. Remember, truths are coming to the surface, and it could be you. You need to get things off your chest. All right? So just remember, this is going to be a day you may think about calling your best friend Jennifer basic. There's got to be some things. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But just be mindful around this day about the words that you say. And there is some emotional intensity. Now, why am I harping on this? Well, look at the two other aspects. Jupiter, square Chiron this same day. In Aries, yeah? 24 degrees. You've been feeling this all month. It's been that build up, okay? There's some sensitivity here. Eris is right on top of Chiron, the wounded healer. Yeah, working on old wounds, healing old wounds. She's Mars' sister. She is ripping off the Band-Aid. So remember, there is an opportunity to heal with Jupiter in your sign, right? Squaring Chiron and Aries. So what does this bring in? A whole other element with career. There is something here. I talked more about it last week. Just know this is happening. If you want to know more, last week's reading, this is happening with all the other aspects, these undercurrents, this grand water trine. Come on, there's a lot of energy because Friday, October 24th, that's when you have the sun in Scorpio square Pluto and Aquarius. Like, what? This is going to be a big deal. All right. Let me remind you, Scorpio, yeah, there's that intensity, but Scorpio is a Scorpion. It does have the stinger, right? And those stings linger, especially with an aspect like this. And Pluto and Aquarius, Pluto is Scorpio's ruler. So there's twice the intensity. Scorpio's looking over at Aquarius. They're two fixed signs. They're not budging. So it's a little bit of a plot twist, a little bit of West Side Story here. And you're going to feel it days before, days after. It's strong. This is possibly the most challenging aspect of the month. It is power struggles. It's egos. It's come at me, bro energy. It's control. It's resentment. It's holding on to grudges. We've talked about this. I talked about this in your monthly forecast. Pluto brings a little bit of extremity. Yeah, he's out of bounds too. Okay, he's a little wild. This is obsessed with something. Can't let it go. Okay, we've talked about that too. Secrets may really come to the surface this day. And when I say that, it's like you're the bear, you're being poked, and you say something that you've been holding in for a long time. That's what this is, okay? This is you standing in your friend's frog store and you saying, I think frogs are overrated, there's going to be some conversations and there's got to be some emotions. So just keep that in mind. This is a day where there can be a little bit of burnout if you're expending your energy into something not worth your time. Now, the sun in Scorpio, your 5th house, Pluto in Aquarius, your 8th. Remember, you've got you, Cancer, no other side but you. Pluto in Aquarius in your 8th. Pluto rules the 8th. The sun in Scorpio in your 5th. Okay? So you've got all of this scorpionic energy in this square, which has intensity. Yeah. So there's something here, most likely with a lover or a business partner or around money or with family or building wealth or sex. Okay, so you can use this though, right? This is one of those aspects where, well, here's the thing. Before we even get into that, remember Uranus is trine Pluto. They're extremely close right now. They're going to perfect next summer. I think actually in your birthday season in July, but they're part of the prism portal. So Uranus brings surprises. Yeah. And if you don't know what the prism portal is, I'll leave it at the end of this video. It's the video that you can expect for the next 2 years in your life with this rare outer planet alignment that hasn't happened in modern human history. Nobody has experienced it, but this is your big breakthrough. Yeah, this is a moment, Sun square Pluto, you can have a big breakthrough. It's expanding your consciousness. Is you feeling empowered on your path to enlightenment diplomatically. Uranus is the sky god. Pluto is ruler of the underworld. We talked about this. As above, so below. Make it yours. Yeah, own this. Especially with Pluto. Pluto is the planet that asks, are you going to fear me or are you going to own me? And he is in his home. He's comfortable and out of bounds. He's wild. So the higher expression of this is feeling driven to succeed, empowering others as well, and feeling empowered on your journey. Truman Show, that type of energy. Nothing's going to get you, right? You're going to make it to your goals, your legacy. We have the power to choose. You know that. Choose the higher frequency. This is a day where you want to compliment someone. This is a day where you want to leave an extra tip for somebody, like in a tip jar. Gratitude, all of that. Yeah. Remember, you're on a karmic journey. You create your reality. Never, ever let anyone take away your power. And as I always say, never let anyone pull you into their low energy frequency. What do? You pull them out. Yeah, that's karma. That's a greater good. Choose to be radiant. It's a time to build bridges, not burn them. All right. And this is going to be a big bridge. It's actually a short bridge for you. So you want to lengthen it. And then look at all these trines. By the way, fixed signs will feel this aspect the most. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. If you have any planets 0 to 2 degrees in your chart, in any of those signs, like I do, then stay frosty, be cool. You're going to be fine because look at all these trines. All part of the water trine, all part of the grand water trine that you're a part of. All right. Remember, from now until the 29th, it's peaking. You're going to feel something here. You're going to feel alive. You're going to feel this rush, something stirring in your soul. It feels so good. Moon, by the way, on this day, will conjunct Juno in Sagittarius. So there really may be something here with work and career. All right. Maybe something with a colleague. Maybe you need to have a conversation. Maybe there's a decision you need to make as well for your freedom. Okay? Your pursuit of happiness, expand your horizons. And I say that because it will be opposite Uranus and Gemini. So there, again, maybe some unpredictable moments. I think the other thing is that, it's part of your transformation. You're going to be fine because look, you got Mercury trine Jupiter. Hello. You're going to, honestly, this is a very, your life is changing. You've got Mercury and Scorpio trine Jupiter in your sign. So These are your big ideas. These are you're probably going to make a big announcement. You get a surge of luck and abundance. Jupiter's in your sign. It's more breakthrough energy. This is a great day for negotiations, communications, for contracts, for falling in love is very likely, like professing your love, right? Mercury, like you're saying things. A lot of home and family energy again for y'all, but this is really powerful because whatever's set in motion here, it's going to be long lasting. It's going to be enduring. Don't let the Sun square Pluto take this away from you. Okay. Remember, you're the author of your story. Now, the reason why I say this is going to be long lasting is because look at what's happening. Jupiter, whatever he blesses here, he's passing along to Saturn for the long term. Like Saturn's going to bring that, build that foundation, that bridge, right? Setting things in stone. October 25th, Mercury trine Saturn. This is a package deal for the weekend. It's part of the Grand Water Trine. And this is a day, by the way, you got your pen out, circle this in your calendar. Write, sign, contract. This is the big red circle too. This is a really great, enormous day for signing a contract. This is just so special. And there may be something here. Again, I mean, the fact that it's happening in your 9th house, Mercury and Scorpio in your 5th. Yeah, a lot of y'all are getting married, or there's or even like ring shopping. There's a lot of y'all maybe starting a bit, like getting an LLC, starting a business around this time too, and then teaching. Or there's something that's going to fill you with a lot of wisdom. It's really great. Now, the other thing that's happening is Monday. Oh, yeah. Oh, and thank you, everybody, for joining Great Awakener. Speaking of a month of revelations and disclosures and exposure and truths coming to the surface. Oh, I got something to tell you. I'll tell you later. Because let's get to Monday. One of the best, this is one of my personal all-time favorite aspects, Mars trine Jupiter. It happens once a year. It's rare. You want to catch it when you can. And this is one of the best days of 2025. This is like, we're talking all caps. That's Mars trine Jupiter. It is all about gains, okay? Abundance. It's Jupiter in your sign, Cancer, trining Mars in Scorpio. So again, wealth building, investments, inheritance, and building relationships, even business partners. If you're not here for love, but it is in your 5th house of love. So there's something really special. Mars is your drive. Remember that deep, intense passion. Mars is in its domicile in Scorpio, connecting with an exalted Jupiter in your sign. Jupiter is Jove, joy. This is your courage and actions that you take that's going to just generate opportunity and expansion and wisdom, optimism. Fortune favors the bold. This is a big, big day for you. And remember, you're feeling it. Days before, days after, all of that. Great day to get married for you, meet someone special, tie the knot, maybe go steady with someone if that's still a thing. Maybe, it's the 5th house is so creative, right? A lot of creative energy. So creative projects as you're working on, like a lot of you are writing books, like, or starting blogs, or there's creative projects here, passion projects, intimate relationships. And again, just investments financially. Yeah. But for the long term, but investing your time and energy into something, and also hobbies. I think I mentioned this last time. There's something here where recreations, it's just having a lot of fun, but with other people, that it's like, it not only expands your perspective, right? Broadens your horizons, but there's this sense of joy, like playing chess or shoot the ladder or whatever it is with family and friends. That's what's happening here. Okay. You're just going to you're going to feel joy. It's joy. You're going to feel it. And tell yourself, I am going to feel joy. I'm going to feel joy this day. I deserve it. I'm raising my frequency. Remember, this is still under the enchanting spell of the new moon. You're going to start seeing anything that you plant, any seeds that you planted, like the inspired actions that you took, your effort just paying off. Yeah, effortlessly. That's what trines do. Trines, as you know, have the nature of Jupiter, and Jupiter's in your sign. And remember, the prison portal is still locked and loaded. You're feeling that. So with that said, there's going to be some things that's going to, you're going to face a lot of fears through this process too. All right. Overcome them. Now, here's the thing for you. The moon is going to be in Capricorn this day, 26 degrees. We normally talk about this in the bonus spread, but I got to tell you something here. You've got the moon in Capricorn at 26. What does that mean? It's forming a mini grand trine with Mars in Scorpio and Saturn in Pisces, because Mars is trine Saturn. Yeah. So why is this significant? Because you are in a time frame where there's all this energy around love and marriage and partnerships and relationships, contracts as well. Capricorn is your opposite sign. And so Capricorn rules your 7th house of partnerships and commitments and love and marriage and contracts. So there's something here where your moon in Capricorn is like rolling up your sleeves. It's no nonsense. Get it done. Get the job done. Saturn is Capricorn's ruler. Mars is exalted in Capricorn. We'll talk about this in the second spread. There's a lot happening here, especially with career. There's something else. Anyway, let's just get to Wednesday, because look how loaded that day is. October 29th, that's when Mars and Saturn perfects. This is when you really feel it. And once again, Jupiter's passing something along here to Saturn. And like your life blueprint, to be honest, there's something big and special happening here. And Saturn, again, for the long haul, longevity to your goals and your commitments. This is really special because it's Mars and Saturn. Yeah, the two malefic planets playing nicely. So you know that they're building something of lasting value to you. That's really special. And then you have Mercury trine Neptune in Pisces, 29 degrees. That's amazing. This is poetry, emotion. This is deeply compassionate, really wonderful conversations, really brilliant, artistic, creative ideas. Pay attention to your dreams. This is like Dreamweaver energy anyway. There's something here really spiritual for you, like this spiritual awakening. It seems like you're going to have around this time. It is in your 9th house, and something here where, again, it's something expanding your horizons. Now, it's a parting gift from Mercury before Mercury moves into Sagittarius, which we will talk about next week. All right. For your November forecast, but you see that Mercury will be opposite Uranus, Mercury in Sagittarius, right? Opposite Uranus and Gemini. So this is kind of interesting. It's more about, you might have some breakthrough ideas. Something here will make you see like the big picture, okay? Especially regarding health and your daily activities. And remember, Uranus is surprises. You might have some surprising things to say, all right? It's a little outspoken. Now, you see Moon in Aquarius. We got to talk about this, Cancer. This is kind of a thing for you. It's like I look at like you're the one that's going to feel this, okay? And I say that because you have a first quarter moon, all right? And all that really means, we'll talk about in the second spread, where we talk about the lunations, planetoids, asteroids, all of that. You've got the moon conjuncting Pluto this day, meaning the moon now joins the prism portal, the moon in Aquarius. Yeah. First quarter moon is really just correcting course for anything that you started from the new moon forward. All right. So it's like you really just planting more seeds, or making sure all your dreams are coming true, and taking any action that you need to. Anyway, we'll talk about the second spread, but here's the thing. This is the day. Around October 29th is the day. If you have a computer, that you probably saw that there is a comet, right? 3 Atlas. Now, the reason why this is a big deal is because it is an interstellar object. It's not part of our solar system. This is the day it will be the closest to the sun. And so, what is the sun? It's it's a ball of fire, right? Or it's light. We get to see what this thing is, all right? But a couple things here. There's a lot of things here. I'll just tell you a couple. It's basically a Kazemi, right? It's right. It's got to be right in the heart of the sun, and so there is everything's energy. You know that, right? Everything's energy, including the planets, asteroids, planetoids, fixed stars. They all have archetypes. They have had them for thousands of years. That's what astrology is, right? How they connect, how they relate. And this interstellar object, not part of our solar system, it does not matter what it is still energy. And thus we will feel it. Pluto and the moon in Aquarius, the moon illuminates. Yeah, Pluto, digging things to the surface, truth being revealed in Aquarius, which rules humanity, the collective. There's something really big that we may feel as a collective on this day, because on the same day, Uranus is moving all the way back into Taurus. That's going to happen the week after. And so Uranus is retrograde, right? So at that 0-degree point in Gemini. And so this day, Uranus is going to pass over that 0-degree point, meaning it's going to pass over the Pleiades, the seven sisters. It's going to conjunct Alcyone, which is the brightest star of, So, that's big. That's happening this day too. So you see, there's a lot that's happening on October 29th. It's a big, big, big day. Look at this. 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 It's a big day. And to be honest, there may be something here. The reason why I'm singling you out, Cancer, is because remember, Aquarius rules your 8th house, and you've got the moon conjuncting Pluto in Aquarius on this day in your 8th house, which is really deep. That's transformation, all right? And it's the moon conjuncting Pluto, which is that secret's being revealed. Yeah, so there may be something here, okay? Or you revealing something. Yeah. The other thing is you've got Uranus passing back over to the Pleiades, so it's still going to be at that 0-degree point. Uranus is going to be in Taurus next month. I think you're going to like that. I think you're going to really like that. We'll talk about that next week. But a lot of psychologists, by the way, they have the moon conjunct Pluto in their charts because it's digging deep. That's what they do. They go deep to find the solution, to get to the root of things. Anyway, it may be a very psychologically active day for you to discover your truths. Now, the other thing is you do see Mercury sextile Pluto in Aquarius, so that's really great. Because there you go. You got Mercury in Sagittarius, you have Pluto in Aquarius. There's something here where it's power in words, power in the words that you say, speak, power of the mind, maybe work related, health related, but still part of your transformation. This is where you could impress a lot of people. Wheels are being put in motion. This is your empowerment. So, and by the way, with Great Awakener, this is, I'm just giving you a little sneak peek, but it is this weekend, October 18th to the 20th, that I will do my big reveal of the big secret project I've been working on. And I'll do a live stream. I'll put it here, or you can check it on the website, but it is it's like ChatGPT. It's like that. I custom built a ChatGPT where it reads birth charts. So anything that you ask it will be unique to you and your chart. Isn't that cool? And even if you don't even care about that part. There's a lot. It's like spirituality, it's tarot, it's everything. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Anyway, let's get started, Cancer. That was my secret. What's yours, Cancer? All right. October 20th to the 31st for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh, yeah. Cancer. Cancer, here we are again, burning the midnight oil. Let me just see. Okay, let's get started. Cancer, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread, offers the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. And you know, I love y'all. And actually, I shouldn't say the midnight oil. It's like more like burning the dinner time oil. It gets dark early now. It's not even daylight savings. Like, what? Anyway, you know, love you. All right, let's get. Oh, wow. You got change. You got big change happening. Okay, Cancer. Here it is. Here's your big moment. It does look like there is something that is fated here, and something that might really shift everything. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, and it will be a very emotionally charged month for you. You got the King of Cups. Really great. All right. There's something about you really being the rock for other people, and you may already feel that. I think that that's something that you want to do. You want to provide. This is, you know, he's got the biggest heart, right, of the kings. He leads with his heart. He does with it. His heart desires. He's got a lot of empathy and compassion. I mean, really strong, really nice. He is Scorpio. So there's something to be said about a lot of that creative energy that I talked about with Scorpio ruling your 5th house. But also there's emotions, even deep emotions, deep passion. There's also something here with heightened intuition that I talked about, right? All really kind of just merging at this point for you to embody all that, to be that rock for a partner, for your family, for your friends, for your colleagues, for whoever. But it is going to be something where it may be something that it stabilizes you, okay? It stabilizes you, and you may need that, right? Because you got the 5 of Cups in the heart of your spread. Now, what's really interesting is the King of Cups is Scorpio. Yeah. 5 of Cups is attributed to Mars in Scorpio. And as we know, Mars is in Scorpio. This is saying there's gonna have to be some emotional healing. You do have Jupiter in your sign, square Chiron. So there is something here. All right. Remember, this is, look at that. I'm going to show you something. You see the spilled cups? They're spilled. They're spilled. You got 2 full cups behind you. But what did I say that energy is? Of Mars, and even Mars and Mercury conjunct in Scorpio. That grudge energy, but also holding on to something, not letting it go. Being obsessed with something, can't let it go. Was there a breakup? I can't let it go. Was there something here where it's like, that's what this card is. You have to understand that, look at what's behind you. There's hope, there's promise, there's more love. All you got to do is pick up those cups, cross the bridge, go into your big old castle, play some foosball. You're going to be fine. But you've got to let that go. Okay? I'm going to show you something here. Look at the wine spilled, right? Can you see that? All on the ground. But you see that green stuff? Cancer, what's that green stuff? I don't know what it is. You don't know what it is? I don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. And that is the point. Nobody knows what that is. It could have been poison. It could have been something that was bad for you. How do you know that was meant for you, right? This is saying, Hey, maybe you dodged a bullet. Look at what's behind you. So this is longing for something in the past that's spilled. When you have all this promise in the future, that bridge connects the past and the present. Yeah, sorry, past and the future. And you literally see water under the bridge, right? So it could even be something here where it was, not seeing eye to eye with somebody, and maybe something didn't, there was a little bit of a tiff where, remember, there can be some resentment, some regret. A lot of that comes out with that Scorpio energy, the lower expressions. So just be mindful of that, because you also have the Seven of Cups attributed to Venus in Scorpio, another Scorpio card, third decan, right? So all this Scorpio energy. Yeah, we haven't even gotten to your future death card. Yeah, another Scorpio card. You got a lot of Scorpio energy. And so that Seven of Cups, it just feels like there is something. It's just some fog. We got to get out of the fog. Yeah. You even see the smoke and mirrors here. It's in your challenge area. There's two things. One, it just feels like for some of y'all, it's like, what's next? Some of you may not know, but some of y'all may not want to even think of, all right, this happened, I can't let it go, because you're so fixated on something that happened in the past. Now, I did say Mercury's going to go into shadow, right? And so like former lovers may start popping up. I also said that Neptune is going back into Pisces. That's going to be highly nostalgic. Yeah, that's going to be part of this grand water trine as well. So there are things from the past that may start coming up. All right. Remember, it's like nostalgic energy, but there is something here that is with that Seven of Cups. Like, do you know what you want? Is there something here that is, clouding your mind, clouding your vision? And I say that because you got the Two of Swords in your crown, where she literally cannot see because she's got her blindfold on. And this card is attributed to the moon in Libra during the time we have a new moon in Libra. So relationships, partnerships, partnerships. It's all here. Love, true love, romance, family, children, creative projects even. Yep. But there may be something here where it's like, what are you refusing to see? Remember, this is going to be a time everybody will have some truths to confront. They will be coming up. I don't know if you've noticed that, by the way, like social media. It's been very interesting. Have you noticed that? A lot of content creators saying a lot more than they normally do. It's almost like confessions and things like that. Yeah, it's interesting. When you're aware of it, you'll see it a lot more. Yeah, I think I've done some. Anyway, look, you're good to go. You got the Chariot and the root of your spread. That's your card attributed to Cancer. This is willpower. This going after your hopes and dreams. Nothing holding you back. Nothing holding you back. So you see, there is something deep down within where you're just like, I just want to get past this, but how do I get past this? You have to do that healing with Jupiter square Chiron, with even the Sun square Pluto at the same time. We also have the moon in Capricorn that's going to be opposite your sign. That's going to square Chiron and Eris too. Has to do with partnerships and relationships. We'll talk. Yeah. So anyway, I think that there's a couple different directions that you can go, but you won't even know what direction until you decide to move forward. Remember, everyone has the power to choose. And so yeah, there's something. I got to see something. I got to clarify something because something just showed up for me. But just before that, you did get the death card in your future. This is so crazy because if you are a cross watcher, you'll notice the death card has come up a lot. And I am the one who always says, because the death card maybe comes up like once a week for a sign, I always say, this card does not come up enough. It's one of the best cards in the deck. You have it in your future. You're about to go through some major transformation, and it's going to be good for you. It's going to be what you need. You see the sun coming out on the horizon. This is a huge end of one chapter, beginning of another. And remember, you're part of the water trine, the grand water trine. Saturn is part of that grand water trine. You have Jupiter and your sign trine Saturn. Remember, that is favorable. That's in your favor. All right? Saturn is old bones. Saturn is structure, building you that bridge. It's a skeleton, right? Why is it a skeleton? It's because out of our body, what endures the longest? The bones. There's something you're setting yourself up for the long term that has longevity to it. Okay, this long shelf life. But you gotta look up. You gotta look up. You gotta be able to see something inside you wants to. There's something here that's in the way. The other thing is, a lot of it is because there's someone involved here. They don't know what they want. You're gonna have some conversations. But there is gonna be change. Let's get to your stuff. Cancer. Oh, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, all of that. Tell me what's going on. You got Jupiter at your side. So remember, fated events. There's also, you do have Pluto in Aquarius, and you do have the moon conjunct Pluto, and it's a lot of deep, intense passions and emotions. I talked about that. All right. You know, love y'all. All right. So, yeah, you're good. Don't. I'll give you Ted Lasso. All right. You got the Knight of Pentacles. Look at you. You got these two. I can't even. How do I even? You're good. All you got to do is move forward. Okay? Some things are going to take a little bit of time to create, but at least you're creating. He's sown his seeds. Yeah. And you have too, with a new moon in Libra. And you're going to reap your rewards because you're in it to win it. Like the Knight of Pentacles. He's the slowest. His horse don't go nowhere. It's just sitting there. Yeah. There's a reason for that. All right. Because he's in it for the long haul. You even see the oak trees all the way in the back. This is, first of all, the biggest field in tarot. You can plant as many seeds as you want. Oak trees. Yeah. Look at his helmet. Look at his horse. Oak leaves, right? He's connected to his future. That's what you need to do. Building that wealth, building that stability, everything for the long term, right? He's looking back. He's looking forward. He's moving forward. He's moving forward. Yeah. Knight of Wands. Boom. Amazing. You're on a mission. You just got to move forward. You got to see all this goodness. Yeah. Literally, just as if he was looking that way, he'd be like, oh yeah, awesome, amazing. Now, the Knight of Wands, passion, whole other level. This knight wants to transform his life in ways that you could ever imagine. He'll do everything, right? And you even see his horse isn't even touching the ground. So this is very spirited. Remember, wands are your passions, your ambitions, a lot of work energy here, okay? So there is something here where there's someone else involved here as well, all right? There could be someone really wanting to come in. They're like right at your door, like, let me in, like at all this great stuff that we're going to do on this new journey. Judgment. And the world, by the way. So judgment comes right before the world. So what you want, what you're seeking, you're going to get. All right? You've got to want it. Remember I said from the very beginning, you got to want it. The transformation, but that judgment card it's an awakening. It's transformation, but it's this huge spiritual awakening. And it's healing. And it's seeking this meaningful life experience like you've never had before. Things are changing. You got the world and your final outcome. It's the end of the chapter, end of the book. You're starting the next book, all right? If your life was a trilogy, you're on to the next book. So it's not even a chapter, not even a chapter ending. Brand new era, brand new everything. What time is it? I'm going to give you some clarifiers here. You see how good you are, right? You got these knights, you got the death card, all this major arcana, all these, it's so interesting. All this Scorpio energy. So truly things that bring you joy and pleasure, right? right here, do you know what it is? Do you feel like something's been lost? Do you feel like it is something from the past? Do you feel like it needs to belong in the past? Do you feel like it needs, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to have a lot of questions, but you've got to be able to see. You got to be able to connect with your emotions. He's disconnected. He doesn't know what he wants. She's disconnected. That's you. It's in the root of your spread. You feel something. It's that spark. Let it ride. Yeah. All right. Let's see that 5 of Cups. Cancer. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Look at that. When you move forward, when you let that go, right? You got that Knight of Swords. That's the mind. Look at that. He's got fire under his feet. You got 3 knights. Knights are all about action. They're all on a mission. They all serve a purpose. They all take action. This is everything. This is grounded energy. That's stability, money, wealth, your physical realm. You got the Knight of Wands, your passions. A lot of creative energy too with the Knight of Wands, but just being on a mission, going after everything you want. Knight of Swords up here. Your mind is finally free. This is someone who's just so bold. Like, you can see, like, that blindfold comes off. You're good. You're absolutely good. Yeah, you're actually really good. You're actually really good. Your life is definitely going to change with the world. You come to the end of the major arcana. So you're done with, chapter 1, or not even chapter 1, book 1. Yeah. The Fool's Journey. You've come to the end. Look at the dancing figure, dancing for a reason. You made it. Be proud of yourself. This is achievement. But it is that 5 of Cups where, yeah, you got those. All you got to do is face the things that you have to face. There may be some healing that you might want to do. Yeah, it is cups. It's the spilled cups. But the thing that I was going to say is that I think that it's going to be you. I think it's going to be some of y'all, if that makes any sense, that 5 of Cups. Because when you see it's coming after the King of Cups, there is like power there, right? And I think it is going to be you that kicks over the cups. And then you're going to have a moment. You're going to be like, is that the right thing that I did? Like, what's going on? And maybe you have a moment of regret. And then you're just like, like, there are repercussions, right? But you got to have that confidence. You just move forward. So you're actually transforming your world. You're the one that's changing your reality. It's very interesting. Cancer. Smart. Good move. Smooth. No, just really believe in yourself. Okay? Believe in yourself and know what you want emotionally. Really, with the cups, yeah. Everything is about to change for you. And you want to move into this next book in your life just feeling accomplished, and you are ready to go. You got these 3 knights reared up. You got the Chariot reared up. You're good. And it's almost like there's a lot of different paths that you can take, and it's your choice. Anyway, Cancer, thanks so much. Yeah, the second spread, we're going to do the new moon. We're going to do a spread on the new moon. Oh, there goes my lights. We're going to do a spread on the new moon. I kind of want to isolate that. It's home and family for you, the foundations of your life. And then, yeah, we'll talk about the moon conjuncting. We'll talk about everything else, okay? Tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. Anyone is welcome to join really good and legendary members. Cancer, y'all are fun. Let's do this again next week, yeah? Oh, next week we do November. Yeah, November. You, by the way, there is... Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. Uranus moving in Taurus is going to be a big deal for you. All right? Anyway, thanks so much, Cancer. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.